This is going to be a little mini series about infographic link building because there are so many friggin' opportunities. It's insane. It's honestly something that you should do for every single client because number one, when you build them an infographic, they think you're a god and you can do it for like 50 bucks. And number two, you can land links in bunches. And I'm talking about like 10, 50, 100, 5,000 links if you're really, really good at it because it's an image. It's not duplicate content. You can submit it to hundreds of sites over and over and over again, and it's not duplicate content and nobody will know. So it's really one of the most effective ways to build a ton of links. With that being said, you can't submit some crap. It can't just be something that you find on the street. It can't be something that you just downloaded off the internet. It's something that has to be relevant. It's something that has to be timely. It's something that has to contain good data, and it has to be relatively well designed. So in the first part of this series, I'm going to talk about how to build an infographic, what I use to get it done for really, really cheap. So part one is coming up with an idea, and I'm going to give you two examples of clients just off the top of my head. So number one, I had a DUI attorney, and he hired me just to do some link building for him. And unfortunately, I can't show you his stuff because he's got me smacked with an NDA, and he's an attorney and who will take me for everything that I have, including my paper box that I live in. So I have to be careful. But I can tell you what I did for him. Now, I saw an article on like the Huffington Post and the Miami New Times. I don't even know what it was. And it had the 100 last checkpoints for DUIs in Miami. All I did, I literally took those data points, I sent it to my infographic guy, and I said, here, plot this on a map. And that was that. That was the infographic. And what it was a map of Miami, and it had the last 100 checkpoints for DUIs over the last like 5 years or whatever it was. And it ended up being a really big hit. It got syndicated on the site that I stole it from. It got pushed to a couple of reporters. It got a bunch of press links. It got a bunch of like blogger links. It was really powerful, really incredible, and honestly, guys, it cost me $35 to get it done. It was amazing. That's number one. Number two is an online sneaker store that's specialized in selling like Jordan sneakers that are really, really hot right now. And what I did for them is, so with Jordans and stuff, I think, again, guys, this takes some creative thinking, so try and follow along with my thought process here. I understand, I'm a sneakerhead, so I understand that when people buy a pair of Jordans, they never want to replace the laces because it's part of the original sneaker. However, if they do want to replace the lace, they need to know the exact type, the exact size, the exact type, the exact length, the exact colors, everything, so they can replace the exact same lace of the Jordan. So what we did is we did some research. We found out what the exact lace specifications were for every single Jordan 1 through 13. We got those dimensions and we built an infographic around it. And then we just pitched a bunch of bloggers and it worked out really, really well. So number one is coming up with the idea. And that's honestly, it's the hardest part about all of this is thinking creatively, thinking outside the box, thinking about something that's uniquely valuable to that site. And honestly, what people would care about. It can't just be like, top 10 places to buy sneakers in the wintertime. Like, no one's going to care. It has to be something really, really uniquely valuable. So you really got to think long and hard. And honestly, guys, go to places like Visually to get ideas, but you got to think of something, okay? And once you think of something, you can do the research on your own if you want, but you've got to get the data points. And I use Elance for that because it's really cheap. I just posted a job that said I need someone to do research online. You don't need the template for this. It's really easy to say. I need someone to go online and use Google to find stuff. And then you just tell her what she wants. And you can see I've used this girl a bunch of times. Literally, like I said here, can you do some more research for me? I need the following data on how many less people are watching television, how many less people are listening to the radio, how many less people are consuming print, all these different things. And she just goes through and find it. So I'm going to show you the laces one just to give you like kind of an end-to-end process. So again, here's the data point. So I literally just gave her, I said, give me Air Jordans 1 through 3. Give me the lace type. Give me the number of eyelets on the sneaker. Give me the length and give me the width. So like if it's a flat, if it's got 8 eyelets on that sneaker, the length and the width of the shoelace, so those people will know exactly what to do. She filled this out for me for $8. And then I literally just took this and gave it to my infographic designer. And the guy that I use for like cheap stuff for link building is this guy right here, SI Consultants. I have him here in the other tab in the templates, infographics, so you can use him. He usually charges between like $35 and $85 depending on the size. You can see he does pretty good work. Let me show you what he did with the shoelaces. So here it is. You know, not overly crazy about design. I actually kicked it back to him because I thought it was shit. But literally, you can just see. So here's the Air Jordan 1. Here's the length. Here's the width. Here's the type. Like it's just a visual, you know, cool little thing to look at for all these different sneakers. This is really, if you're a sneakerhead, if you love Jordans, I know people were actively searching for this because I did some research myself, and I asked my friends, and I found that yeah, this is a problem. That sneakerheads in the community, they don't know which lace size to buy again. So I just put this together. You can see it's kind of cool. And then I literally took this and I started building links with it. So in the next part of this series, I'm going to talk about the link building opportunities and how you can take an infographic to build dozens, hundreds of links.